Hello, Marcus Lim here with Daredevil, the Man Without Fear. So this is the Marvel Select edition. So very excited to have this. I guess I would consider as one of the greatest Daredevil stories ever told, or origin stories of Daredevil ever told, expertly by Frank Miller and John Romita Jr. Finally collected in Marvel's Select edition. And so what it is a collection of the 5-issue series so I've got the whole series here in my collection as well. So this goes way back to like 1993. So issue 1, Daredevil Man Without Fear, and then issue number 2, issue number 3, issue number 4, and issue number 5. Okay, so this was done back in the day, 1993, to celebrate 30 years of Daredevil, and so that Frank Miller and John Romita Jr. got together to craft this amazing retelling of Daredevil's origin. Okay, here it says, it's a story that will give you a better understanding and appreciation for the character. True celebration of one of Marvel's greatest creations. Okay. So yeah, I've never had a collected edition of this before. So yeah, so as I mentioned, really happy that it's now available in one volume, in hardcover. Okay. So Marvel Select Edition. In terms of the size, it's like exactly the same size. It's not it's not bigger or anything. Alright, so that's Matt Murdock. And it contains, so 5 issues, 1, 3, 4, 5. You can see 1993 to 1994. And there's an introduction. But this is an old introduction, which is actually from the original issue. Yeah, so here's the issue number 1 introduction. So that's straight from the first issue of the 5-issue miniseries. Alright, and here is the first issue. Okay, right there, very nice. So yeah, so you can tell that's Jack Murdock, the dad. So Matt Murdock's raised by his dad, single father. It's an accident, so we all know the story. It's just that this is told, very well executed, and Frank Miller's beautifully written prose as well. There's Stick, who kind of like trains him up. You can see they are lovely double-page spreads by John Romita Jr. Who he really brings like a level of raw kinetic energy to the artwork. Here's issue number 2. Introducing Electra. Okay. It's been a while since I've actually reread this, but now that it's collected in hardcover, it's a good time to kind of like revisit this great series by Frank Miller and John Romita Jr. So here's number 3. Okay, so that's Electra, and the really cool thing that's done here, right, is to kind of like condense all of that Daredevil mythology, right? All the characters like Electra, Stick, and that came from Frank Miller's run of Daredevil in late 70s. So there's Kingpin as well. late 70s and early 80s, and you know, taking all those elements and like kind of like presenting them into a really cohesive 5-issue like narrative, which is pretty cool. And the cool thing also is you don't actually see Matt Murdock in the Daredevil costume until the very end, and also we don't see Daredevil actually physically encounter the Kingpin until, so it's like Matt Murdock's you know, rise to become Daredevil is, there's a parallel between that and Kingpin's rise to crime, but they don't physically meet. And here's the last 2 pages where finally we see all different versions of the costume throughout the eras of Daredevil's history up to that point. So that's a pretty cool way to end the series. So, ooh, this is cool. There's some extras. So, a Marvel graphic novel, Blind Justice. Maybe this is like a treatment or something. So there's Act 1, yeah, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4, Act 5, Act 6, Act 7, 8, and the end. Here's maybe story addenda, it says, by Frank Miller in 1990. This looks like a script, doesn't it? I wonder if it's the full script. No, it's not the full script, but certainly maybe an excerpt. Alright, so here's some pinups by John Romita Jr. Cover pencils, unused cover for issue number 4. Oh yeah, so here's the issue number 4 prologue, which, yeah, I might as well show that from the original issue. So the prologue, yeah, right here. So all these prologue in like this red style that's presented here. Pinup and cover. What's this? Unused pages from issue number 4. Supplementary material. More extras. This is a Frank Miller cover from 1993. And what's this? This is from a magazine, Marvel Age magazine, like a feature on the series, I think. Here's the trade paperback cover and the full printing, and that is it. Yeah, pretty cool, right? To have this classic series finally presented in hardcover. I'm very glad, as I mentioned, yeah, because this is a series that, yeah, in my really early days of comic book collecting, yeah, it definitely had an impact on me. Yeah, this particular one, remember it very, very vividly, and so yeah, definitely great to have it finally in hardcover. So yeah, so that's my quick look at Daredevil, the Man Without Fear Marvel Select Edition. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video.